everybody, and welcome back to Geek Bros Inc. We're going to be opening the DC Multiverse Batman and Green Lantern, and just go through who they were in that said multiverse.
Okay. So it's actually Earth negative 32. Can you see that?
Yes.
So in the DC multiverse, there's 52, the new 52. So all the positive numbers, 1 through 52, are generally where good things happen. You know, Joker goes to Arkham, and, you know, other good things happen. And the negative numbers, -1, -2, all the way to -52, all kinds of bad things happen. Like this. Like Bruce Wayne becoming a Green Lantern. So that was all part of the Metal story. That's where, you know, the Batman Who Laughs comes around, and Superman got turned into a dragon that one time, and then Dick Grayson beat him with the power of rock. You know, he had a kryptonite pick for his axe and just used kryptonite music waves to beat him, which was awesome. So, in this particular one, this is Dawnbreaker. That's what Bruce Wayne is called. So, what happened is that when Abin Sur died, instead of the ring going to Hal, it went to Bruce. So, and it went to him directly. I mean, like within a minute of him watching his parents get shot. So all of a sudden, Bruce, as a kid, has been given like the most powerful weapon in the universe, which was a Green Lantern ring. So, with him being all distraught and everything, he's like, okay, I have this ring, let's kill Joe Chill, the guy who shot his parents. So, the rings are like, yeah, we can do pretty much anything, but we don't kill. And then, in his grief and suffering, he's just like, no, we're gonna kill him. And the ring's like, no, that's a rule. We don't kill anyone. We can jail them. We can put them in restraints, but we don't kill. So, Bruce, I really hate these sometimes because you have to really like cut these out because see, it has like this little wire that holds it in. And in the back, I gotta pull this part up and then cut it. It's so annoying. Anyway, so in that moment, Bruce lost everything, including his sanity. As like he was probably like 12 or 13 when that happened. So, with his pure determination and will, basically, he's just like, no, we're gonna kill. And Bruce's willpower reached levels that were previously unprecedented. There, see, it's got like this little pinch right there, and I have to cut that off on the other side just to take it off. Anyways, so the ring is looking at Bruce, and his willpower went up to like 100%, 113%, 160%, 181%, and Bruce's willpower overrode the ring. So basically, he like cracked it open and just inserted his diamonds in the ring. It was intense. So after he did that, he just sent out like all these bat creature constructs. There you go. So he made like all of these demons and bat creature like constructs. There, can you see that?
No, it's all out of. There we go. Now it's in
There.
focus.
You see that, Belle?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he made all of these, and he just like obliterated Jocho. Like he like vaporized him. Like there was like nothing left, which is pretty intense for a kid. Just given the Green Lantern ring. And it comes with this cool little stand that I could, you know, put the feet in there. See, it's got like the little pegs, so I can like stand them up on here. And here's one of Hal Jordan's, just like a glove, boxing glove. And here's another one, kind of looks like a little rocket pack. See that?
Mm-hmm.
So Bruce Wayne kills Joe Chill, and then he's got the ring, and he has like the Green Lantern uniform, but since he like broke it open, and essentially he reprogrammed it to kill, and literally used his willpower to bend the ring to his will. He wasn't using light to create his constructs and everything like that. Basically using the ring as an extension of his soul, which was complete blackness and darkness at this point, and shadow. So he's got all these constructs that he's making out of shadow, which is intense. So here is the Hal Jordan that came with this. And you can see his power ring there. Yeah. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then Bruce renames himself as the Dawnbreaker. And basically takes like the whole Green Lantern motto and just like he comes up with an entire new thing. It's basically like let all good beware my power, the shadow, Dawnbreaker's light, I will destroy all goodness, something crazy like that. It's just like a play on the Green Lantern motto, and that didn't work out. And so he calls himself Dawnbreaker, and then with all the criminals and all the craziness happening in Gotham, he decides to actually do something about it. So instead of like bringing them all to justice and sending them to Arkham and, you know, all the things that Batman did, he just flat out murders them all. Let's see, and this could go right there onto his arm. And let's see, how did this line up in the back? And he's kind of like
he's
Hal was kind of like leaning forward, sort of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and this, it also came with 2 stands for both of them, and then of course their collectible cards. There's Hal's, and there's Dawnbreaker's there. Yeah, see, so there's a hole right there, so the peg will fit the jetpack and his back there. Yeah. Yep, so it's it got really dark really fast with him just flat out murdering everyone. Like, he killed everyone. I mean, he even killed Commissioner Gordon for saying, hey, we shouldn't be killing people. Let's talk about this. And he just like,
nope.
You're dead. You're dead. That's basically how that went. So, because this doesn't have like, this doesn't really have a second peg for Hal to go into. Because there's one there, and then it's just like, well, find a place for him. So, yeah, we'll figure that out in a bit. Oh yeah, so there's Dawnbreaker, and here's Hal. Yep. And you know, they have like the shoulder, elbow, hands, head, torso. It's got 2 points in the torso. It's got the double knee joint, and the feet and the toes move also. Yep. So similar to the Lightning Collection, has a lot of similar points, and the pegs and the knees. Though Hal doesn't really want to stand up right now. So I think he was the most merciless when he killed Penguin, because he just took him into space and let a meteor hit him. What do you think about that?
That would do it.
That did do it. He did. So after he basically conquered his world, oh, and he killed the entire Green Lantern Corps also, because they came to Earth and like, hey, stop. And he was like, nah. And he just decapitated the Guardians and killed everyone, which is crazy intense for him to do that. Because the last time that happened was when Hal did that, when he was being possessed by Parallax. But that's a whole nother story. Okay, yeah, he's kind of standing.
But for how long?
Until you bump the table. Yep. So then, basically after that, the Batman who laughs is just like, kind of like whispering to him like, hey, there's more places to conquer. So he went with the Batman who laughs and went to Hal's world, where he became Green Lantern, because he didn't come because the ring went to Bruce in that one. And then he's all like, hey, Hal, I'm gonna kill you. And Hal's like, not today, buddy. So then Bruce just unleashes an entire swarm of these. It's like, ah! That's what happened. But imagine like 1 million of them. Ah! And then because they were like not made out of Green Lantern's light, the ring is like, yeah, I don't know what this is, buddy. We're screwed. And Hal's like, identify. It's like, yeah, not found. I don't know what this is. We're screwed. So right when Dawnbreaker is about to kill Hal, Dr. Fate shows up, and he's all like, you're not gonna meet your end today. Come with me if you want to live.
Very Terminator.
Yeah, so he goes with him, and then it was TBD after that. So what do you think about Dawnbreaker's story and the figures?
I think the figures are very cool. It's part of the was it McFarland?
McFarlane?
Yeah.
See, it's McFarlane.
They always do a good job with their action figures. We do have a few of them.
Yes, and unlike the Lightning Collection, these are still at regular retail.
And have all their pieces.
Yeah. And they really don't have any paint job screw-ups. Not that I've seen so far. Yeah, so like one figure with them is still $19.99. Whereas one figure with Lightning Collection, at last look, is probably up to like $24, $26, depending upon which one you get. Just like a regular one is like $24, $25, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, well, if a company like McFarlane can still produce these at like $19.99 or like a 2-pack for $39.99 or less, depending upon if there's a sale or whatever, and is not going over that $20 per figure, that ain't a problem. That's a Hasbro problem.
It is a Hasbro problem.
You know?
Hasbro just wants to make all the money.
Well, they have issues.
They do. But it's an interesting story. I always enjoy learning about the multiverse of DC characters because it's always just very interesting to see, you know, the multiverse or the Elseworld stories.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we know about several of them. We know of the one where, I know the Batman's. You know, we also know about the one where Superman lands in Russia.
Yeah, Red Sun.
Red Sun. There's, you know, Crisis on
Infinite
Earths.
Yeah. So this doesn't really want to go in. I'll have to like push it in. Boxing glove there. Yeah, there's just... The only thing I would say is that this arm joint right here with the shoulder is a little bit loose. Unlike this one, this seems fine. This one just goes a little loose there. That was just like my only issue with this one so far.
Which isn't bad because...
Yeah, it's not that bad considering this was retail and, you know, it wasn't, you know, crazy overpriced. You know, Lightning and Collection actually went up to like $33.99 or whatever, so for just figures that were regular that they're calling deluxe. And I'm like, the only thing that's deluxe about this figure is that you made a bigger box for it.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, what do you think about that head sculpt there?
It's a very nice head sculpt for Hal. You know, Hal is a very popular Lantern. I know he's your favorite Lantern.
No, actually, Kyle Rayner is my favorite Lantern.
Kyle Rayner is yours, I'm sorry.
Yeah. And how about that head sculpt?
It's a very interesting head sculpt because it looks...
This one.
Because his face just looks so distorted. You can see on his jaw right here. It's a little... Like, it's not just... It's corroded. Like, the evil of what he became corroded his face.
Well, yeah, he's doing like a snarl right there. Like a cringe snarl.
Yeah, but you can also see that it's...
But that's still Bruce Wayne under there.
Yeah, it doesn't look like him, but it is. And there's the morph of the Green Lantern and the bat symbol.
Yeah, it says in the comic the Green Lantern symbol there is kind of like almost like a hologram. It's not like part of the uniform. It's just kind of like glows in front of the bat symbol. But obviously they can't do that there.
No, but it still looks
They don't
cool.
have the technology.
Not yet. Not yet.
See, that'll cost an extra $4.
Yep.
And there's all kinds of other things with Bruce Wayne where he goes nuts in the negative worlds, and then the Batman Who Laughs probably has the most horrible story of all of them.
Yeah.
Which actually makes it a very compelling character, because we've never had anything like the Batman Who Laughs before.
We have not.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, your thoughts overall from these guys?
Overall, like I said, I enjoy the McFarlane line. They are a good toy line. They have good action figures. They're a good price point for everything.
Mm-hmm.
They're definitely quality made. The stories of Dawnbreaker and the Batman Who Laughs are all very tragic. But it's also interesting to see Batman in a different light, because we've known Batman and probably in other universes where he's similar, but when he actually goes bad, when he kills, that's when things
get
bad, because you have someone who is so, I don't want to say broken, but so, with everything taken from him in essentially a single night, and trying to come to terms with that. And in the negatives, he doesn't. He lets his grief take over him.
Essentially, yes.
His grief of losing his parents, and...
Yeah, in this universe, I think it was because he was a little bit older. As normally, he's like 8 years old when his parents die. Here he was
like 7 and 8.
Adolescent, teenager. I think it's because he was a little bit older that when it happened, essentially his soul just broke. Like he didn't like swear vengeance and become Batman. He's just like murder and mayhem away just because, Yeah, so the only other thing is that this Hal is particularly hard to stand for some reason.
Something with his foot.
Maybe I have to adjust the feet a little bit more. But yeah, he's just kind of hard to stand up.
Okay, so it looks like we finally got him
to stand. A little. Kind of. Took a little bit, but it's actually a lot harder than it looks. And that whole thing on the back where he's just like leaning forward and he's like, yeah, that doesn't happen without extra help.
Yeah. I also do like their different ways on their Green Lantern power, because you have Hal's, who is, not exactly light, but it's different, where you have Dawnbreakers, which is all full of chains and these little circle guys.
I think this is like squid tentacles, because he creates an entire cavalcade of monsters, and right here it's like a missile right there. And also, if you look, there are different shades, there are different hues of green, because Dawnbreaker's power is not fueled by light anymore. Essentially, what he did is, if you take a glass of water and drop black ink in there, just like a drop, it turns a little murky, But he continued to drop so much ink in there and just wiped out the rest of the Corps and the Guardians and just completely corrupted the Green Lantern power. So, yeah, Dawnbreaker, you don't really want to mess with, because Hal Jordan, the best, couldn't figure it out. He needed to be rescued. So, yeah. Yep. Final thoughts about this?
Overall, I really liked it. It's a good 2-pack, and it's definitely one that it's a good one to have.
Cool.
Yep.
Alright, well, that's it for Dawnbreaker and Hal Jordan.
Yep. Well then, until next time, we'll see that later. Bye.